Greetings fellow Earthlings and welcome to Ancestors Reborn, a show where we bring the best Ancestors Legacy players together and allow them to compete weekly to claim their victories. I am MELKOR. I am bringing you a show that gives you access to the top players, their strategies, how they fight and how the games are won. Witness as the slightest decisions can change the tide of the entire battlefield, and the smallest base rush can leave a pro's legacy in ruin. Now, on Ancestors Reborn. Greetings fellow Earthlings and welcome to episode 2 of this week for Ancestors Legacy Reborn. Today we have Morhon versus Stevanevus. I'm excited to see this one. This is, I think, the third match I've played. Morhon's won the first two, of course, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Stevanevus can finally get a win against him. Don't say that I'm not saying that in a bad way, of course. Stevanevus is, of course, a great player, but Morhon, the rate he's been playing at lately is just crazy. He's not level 4 because it's for silver banner around his name. That means he's level 104. That's like, I think he's got, I don't know, it's about 500 wins I think in his name. Well, Stevanevus, what are you doing? Well, Stevanevus right now is playing as the Slavs and Morhon is playing as the Germans. I don't have a clue what they're doing a bit. I think they were both like worried that the other one's done the rush. Then I think like Morhon pulled back because he thought that Stevanevus was going to charge him, and Stevanevus did the same, expecting Morhon to charge. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, both are taking their first village now. Interesting to know, as always, Germans get their catapult tier 2, and Slavs get theirs tier 3. Early game, I think the Germans have the advantage because their first unit beats the Slav first unit. However, once, of course, we get Spearmen on the field, I think, actually, I think it probably... I don't know, it's difficult to say. I think I prefer the Slavic Spearmen to the German ones, but it's difficult. They're both basically the same Spearmen unit. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Both have cavalry units as well. Slavs have it in tier 2, and Germans have it in tier 3. Not that they'll really be using many cavalry units, I don't think, because it's going to be mostly a bit of a space spam, I expect, with a few catapults at some point. Of course, Stevanevus, he has better range units with I think his Slavic archers. They're quite good. However, the Germans have a crossbow, so it's a very weird one, Slav versus German matchups. Anyway, Stevanevus going for his first village now, and it looks like Morhon, he's wanting to cause a bit of trouble, and if he can get these cleavers on the swordsman, he's going to cause a lot of damage, and he's charging in with his hero to cause economic crisis onto Stevanevus. Of course, Stevanevus is very reliant on food, whereas Morhon not as much. Yeah, Stevanevus having to send his hero in to try and deal with these cleavers, but he's getting cut to pieces. Wow! Just look at his health go down, and he's having to retreat already. He's already had to run the alarm on Village D. Morhon almost caused a lot of problems there. Luckily for Stevanevus, he managed to get his spearmen in very quickly, and they managed to get a good flanking on those cleavers, and Morhon knew, just pull them back. That's done, just pull them back and live to fight another day. As we can see, Morhon here, he's trying to take his village as well, which will balance it out. If we look at village-wise, Stevanevus is winning, but because Stevanevus cannot have access to this village because Morhon's heroes here causing trouble and economic problems for him, it's basically is balanced. And look, he's going to charge again and disrupt Stevanevus' food supply. Stevanevus managed to find Morhon's cleaver, just hiding over here. Oh, best retreat him at all. Okay, yeah, good. Retreated him just in time, like another half a second and he would have been dead. I don't know if there's much point keeping the cleaver. I think, you might be better off just losing him and instead getting an extra spearman out because of how weak they are compared to Stevanevus' spearmen. But, it's always one of those debated things. Do you disband this unit to make... will it help you in the long run? Those sort of questions. I think I would have disbanded it. Maybe not, because Stevanevus, he still has a swordsman out. You do need a cleaver on the battlefield then. I don't know, it's difficult to tell. Anyway, Stevenevus sieging this right now. So it's balanced again resource-wise. Oh, some hero on hero. So, who's going to win? The German hero or the Slavic hero? Both are swordsman units. Both have very equal health right now. No one is going to send another unit involved. It's like a who dares retreat first sort of thing. Oh, fighting to the death. Oh, Morhon chickened out. Oh no, Stevenevus chickened out, sorry Morhon. Morhon actually stayed to fight and Stevenevus chickened out. Oh. You know what, in the comment section I want to see someone type Stevenevus chickened out or something like that. Just for fun. However, he did manage to make this push here, and he has taken this village from Morhon, meaning that he's going to be up 3 villages and Morhon only at 1. Oh, unless Morhon can get in. Oh, maybe not. Morhon managed to get in here with an extra spearman unit, and he's probably just gonna, yeah, he's gonna attack him in this shield wall formation, and Morhon is going to draw and take village A, which he should take quite easily. So Morhon trying to balance it out here with his capture. His healed is hero. I don't see another hero on hero. Oh, that'd be good. Yes, here we go again. Hero against hero. I think Stevenevus, he's going to bring in some extra units. Why is he bringing in? He's probably like healing it, and it got some 99% heal. I thought, yeah, go. Oh, I mean, it just cancelled the entire heal. I've had that happen so many times before. Anyway, with this hero on hero, it looks like I think Morhon is probably going to have to retreat. Oh, it took a lot of javelins there, and yeah, he's just going to have to pull him out. He's not going to win that fight. Morhon, he's coming in with some extra units and a cleaver and some spears, so they should hopefully do a good job versus Stevenevus. I think he just needs to retreat the hero. There's no real. Is there really any point playing risky with him? Yeah, he's retreated. Phew, I thought he was going to die then. But can Stevenevus retreat his hero in time, or will he risk it? Will he take the risk? Just come in with some extra swordsmen, getting the spearmen on the flank. I think he's going to win this engagement, but will Morhon be able to take out the hero? Anyway, we can still see at Village C, spearmen on spearmen are still fighting, as you can see there. I'll check that out soon. Right, Stevenevus, having to retreat his spearman, did not expect that. Of course he's got an extra swordsman unit in. He still should win, but he's going to lose his hero. He lost his hero. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Or maybe it was, I don't know. The hero, of course, changes its value as the game goes on. He might just prefer another swordsman unit or something. But if he didn't want to lose his hero, then that would have been really bad. Yeah, just when they're both in defensive formation, these fights just last forever. And Morhon charged in his hero. It actually looks like Stevenevus is going to lose this fight here, and is he going to lose the swordsman? No, he managed to get out there in time. I don't know what happened there. Stevenevus, I was certain, should have won that. That was just very unfortunate for him. Both at 2 villages right now, and both have this one at neutral. I don't know who's going to win this fight. Again, it's like the hero on hero. It's more down to the luck of whoever gets that first lucky starband. Yeah, I think that's what that's going to be down to. Yes, it's very even right now. That's what I like to see. I think Morhon has a slight edge, and I only say that because he is quite close to Stevenevus' village C. He's on the aggressive right now, and Stevenevus is on the defensive. And when you're on the defensive, you've got stuff to lose, but you don't necessarily have much to gain. So it's going to be interesting to see if Stevenevus can break out of the situation and possibly move up and take village A. Or will he sneak a few units round and take village E? However, as I say this, Morhon has come in with some extra units, got the Stevenevus' spear wall on the flank, and Stevenevus, yeah, he's just going to have to retreat. Pull them back to village F, replenish, and I think just let Morhon take this, because he's got no other units here. He is actually putting village A under siege, which is good to see. He's going to take that village, so that should actually balance it out. Can Morhon remember to retreat his hero before it's too late? Come on, Stevanevus, kill the hero. Non-biased commentator as always, but come on, Stevanevus. Looks like, oh, Morhon lost his cleaver. Is he going to lose his hero as well? Stevanevus charging in. He should actually kill him, I think. Oh, that charge, it wasn't as good as I thought it would have been. Is he going to do it? It's so weak. Oh, he managed to retreat it. Stevanevus probably would have been better keeping his swordsman here and just like trying to chase him down. But anyway, Stevanevus got so close to capturing this 95%, and Morhon came in with some spears, and even though swordsman beat spears, they're in spear wall, and that's just a massive boost to his units. Looks like both are trying to send in reinforcements. It's just like flanks on flanks right now. Everyone's flanking everything. Morhon managed to take this, so that's good for Morhon. Balancing it out again at 2 villages each, and this one is being fought for. I think Stevanevus has a slight advantage now, mostly because of how close this village is to being captured by Stevanevus. But then again, Morhon, he's going to take... He's probably... Oh, no, didn't kill him. But you know, it's going to start ticking in his favour now. So Stevanevus got to get a unit here before Morhon is able to take advantage of that. Oh, Stevanevus got his swordsman attacked by the cleaver, had to retreat. Yeah, just retreated everything. Sometimes, as I said it before, sometimes you just got to retreat everything and yeah, just basically like start again sort of thing. Morhon is now going to take this village. He's going to replenish all his troops, and I think that was a big decisive move. That's definitely going to put Morhon in the lead. It's not over for Stevanevus. Of course, he's still got a lot of options available, but you know, it's definitely going to be very difficult now. If Morhon plays without a mistake, he should probably win. He's got 3 villages compared to Stevanevus's 2, and he has, of course, as you can see on the minimap down here, he's raiding this village here, stopping Stevanevus from getting resources. He might even make a push and try and take it as well. The loss of his hero, that wasn't good for him. Oh, he did manage to catch Morhon on the flank here, lowering his morale. Didn't do too much damage, but you know, it's something, and you know, if that happens every single battle almost, then you know, things will start going in his favour. And he's managed to get a flanking on the other spearman unit. Here's a question, where's Morhon's units? He's got 2 spearmen here. Ah, here they are. Okay, I didn't see him on the minimap then. I thought he only had like 3 units or something. But no, they're up there dealing with what looks like was a flank by Stevanevus' swordsman to try and take this village. Yeah, you can see some people burning alive here. Why do they have flowers inside the house? That's not the place to grow flowers. Anyway, the fight continues over here. It's just flanks on flanks. Ooh, did not see this. Actually, Morhon managed to take this from Stevanevus, meaning that Morhon now has 4 villages and Stevanevus all the way down to 1. Yeah, that's really not what Stevanevus wanted. If he can win this and start making a push and take this entire side, it's unlikely, but if he can do that, then that's what he really needs to do. Come on, charge in your spears. I can see a range unit. Yep, Morhon coming in with a catapult. That's gonna end it. Stevanevus just tried to throw everything in. More people have died in this spot here, in this square, than throughout the entire map. Oh, is he gonna kill the hero? Oh, for about 4th or 5th time, Morhon has managed to retreat his hero to safety. Stevanevus going to try and get a flank on the spearman. He was thinking to take the village at one point, but oh, he's been hit by the catapult now. That to me will be the sign that it's over. Once the catapult starts firing, there's so little you can do. And Stevanevus, he hasn't got his blacksmith up, he's nowhere near a catapult. He's making a good push over here. It looks like he's going to take this village, or at least stop Morhon from owning it. It depends whether he can get a good enough flank on these spearmen though. And just charge round, and then get the flank and hopefully take the village. Ooh, that was a... If he was javelins instantly it helps, but you know, that was not the flank that he wanted. It would have been better charging from here. I think that was just a bad auto pathfinding. Anyway, this catapult here by Morhon, just tearing apart Stevanevus. He's lost so many units. Yeah, GG's have been called. Well done Morhon, and of course well done for Stevanevus as well. It put up a good fight, but well done Morhon for getting the win. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.